gotta get up. Body me wake up and make a move, oh. Cause the world will never see you until you do. They no really care, see they do you, oh. So make you show them, baby. Oh yeah, show them the real you. Oh yeah, show them what you get. No, don't let them say what you're not, I want you strong, oh. You can't break, no. You want more than 1,000 reasons why. You don't need to perfect, baby. Cause nobody perfect, darling. No, there's nobody in the world will be like you.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the Touch Yourself show. On this special series, we are focusing on finding your voice. And I have a very special guest, but before I do that, introduce her and bring her on. This program is a production of Sickle Cell Advocacy and Management Initiative, and the whole essence of the program is to create awareness about sickle cell and help people understand their rights and provide advocacy issues. So today we'll be talking about an interesting topic, and that is impacting your world as a warrior. Sometimes we are all bothered about issues in our lives that we feel that we should just focus on ourselves. We have almost like the ostrich mentality where we bury our head in the sand with all our problems and don't realize that other people may be even going through worse. And today we're bringing on somebody that is very important in that aspect. And her name is Audrey Mukoro. She is the executive director, Audrey Foundation, Sickle Cell Foundation, and she's also a chef, and a genetic counselor. So I will bring her in. She's falling out in a bit, but she'll come on shortly. But before then, we'll be I'll just want you to comment on if you have any answers or questions. Sorry, if you have any questions, you comment on the comment box, or if you want to come on and share your own views on the matter, I'll send you the link. So do that. So we'll go on another break and then we'll be back.
You gotta get up. Body me wake up and make a move, oh. Cause the world will never see you until you do. They no really care, see they do you, oh. So make you show them, baby. Oh yeah, show them the real you. Oh yeah, show them what you get. No, don't let them say what you're not, I want you strong, oh. You can't break, no. You want more than 1,000 reasons why. You don't need to perfect, baby. Cause nobody perfect, darling. No, there's nobody in the world will be like you. What do you do when you can't let go? What do you do when you just don't know how you feel? And you know, say nobody feel your pain. Can you cool out in it, everybody running, always not day by day with a struggle. For this world, you know you must do hustle. Just know that you're not alone. I'll granny no need for you to the form and only Joshua, oh. You see, it's okay to ask for help. People go find you, but them not define you. And you will find people who go help redesign you.
Okay, we're back and we have on our guest. I'm going to bring her on. Hey, Audrey. Thank God we have you.
I'm so sorry.
Network can be pretty frustrating.
Hi, Ma.
So,
Good evening, Ma.
For all of us, we don't know. Good evening. And for all of us who don't know, it's Audrey's birthday today. So we get happy
Oh,
birthday.
the network is really bad. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Well, it's good to have you. I know we won't keep you too long because I know network is a bit funny today.
Good
But
evening.
doing it short and simple. But the first question I'd like to ask, growing up, what was your
Thank
experience like with your
you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm really, really excited. I'm really excited.
okay, so growing up, what was your experience with sickle cell like?
Okay.
Like, unfortunately, I can't seem to hear you.
Okay.
Okay, now I can
Actually,
hear
growing
you.
up was, for me, it was a bit difficult. Should I say? I, I, I had, I had a lot of stigmatization, discrimination, and as I was much younger, I didn't know how to handle or deal with stuff like that. So at time, can you hear me?
You're breaking up a bit, but we can manage to hear you. Yes.
Okay. I think the network is really, really clumsy. Okay. So growing up with sickle cell, when I was much younger, it was really difficult for me because I had not, as at that time, I had, I didn't have any understanding of what it was, you know, I was dealing with, and people that knew, some of them were already stigmatizing against me, saying that, oh, this person is a warrior, this person will soon die, this person is a sickle cell person, in quote and all. So it
Hmm.
was really a tough one for me. It made me at the time withdraw uh, very far from. Can you hear me now? I
Yes, we
think it's
can.
the network.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, hello.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear
Can you
you.
hear me?
I think she can't hear us.
Okay. So that was it for me. As I I didn't have much. I didn't have much friends. I had a lot of indoor alone time. Because the, when I tried to make friends, people were just not there. They were not just wanting to accept me for who I was.
Mm.
So as time went on, I began to, you know, develop ways to. I read stuff about people stuff, read about myself, and studied myself, and decided that, oh, whatever anybody brings at me, it's either they accept me the way I am, yeah, it's either they accept me the way I am, or they, yeah, so they get the hell out of my face. So that was how I kept on. Okay, so that was how I kept on. That was yeah, I'm talking. So that was how I kept on. I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
I hope. Can you see me? Can you see me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you hear me? Because I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you too. Carry on. We can hear you.
Okay. So, should I go ahead? Should I go
Yes,
ahead?
please. Yes, please.
Okay. So that was it for me. I had to develop, develop a thick skin towards people's reactions and how they perceived me. So whoever
Yeah.
wanted to be my friend, first I tell you, this is who I am. This is Audrey Mukoro. If you're comfortable with it, we can be friends. Otherwise, you can just be, be out of the circle. So I know I don't have friends. So that's how I have been living, and
Mhm.
I think it has really helped me a lot. I've chosen there are few friends that have said they are going to stick with me no matter what. So I've chosen my circle. So I've chosen my circle, and I I think I'm more comfortable now. Okay, so I think I'm more comfortable now and more open, to whatever comes along.
Okay, that's good. So when you were growing up, did your
Okay,
parents ever
so
educate you uh about
okay,
your disorder? They give you an idea of
okay.
what is expected, or you had
I think
to
I
find
should
out on
do this. Sorry, hold on.
Okay.
Let me do. Let me change. Okay, so that's it. Basically, it wasn't really easy. It wasn't. It was really a tough time for me. It was really a tough time for me. So I did all I could do. Studied more about myself. So when people are talking, when people are trying to bring me down, I developed the defense mechanism, and that's what I've been using till this time. So it's now your problem. If you don't want to accept me for who I am, then there's no way we can be friends, that you can be in my circle, except you want to accept me the way I am, which is what I came into this world with. I don't have any say over that. That was what I was born with. So it wasn't something I did intentionally or that I brought upon myself intentionally. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's either you accept me or you let or you just
Oh, I'm sorry. Network. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so that was it.
So
Basically, they had
okay,
knowledge about it, but it was a very faint knowledge. And
okay,
my aunt was the one guiding them through and telling them what to do at each point in time.
okay. All right. So how did you get into? Because I know, at that time, of course, you decided to stick to the people who know you, who care about you, and all that. But what made you? Because a lot of times,
Sorry?
because of stigma. Okay, I said I know that you decided to move around people who know you and love you for who you are. But a lot of times, because of this
I
stigma,
can
people.
barely hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Maybe you should try logging in and logging out or something.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you very well.
Can you hear me? Because I can't
Yes.
hear you.
Okay, log in and log out. Maybe you should try that. Log in and log out.
Okay, I think I should do that now.
All right, guys. Sorry for the technical issues with the network in this. But if you have any comments, sharing your experience growing up, if you have stigma, it will stop you from having a voice. do about it?
Can you see me? Okay. Okay,
Can you
sorry,
hear me
please, can you take that? Yes, I can hear you now. I think the network
now?
is really messy.
Yes, yes. I was saying that considering the fact that you decided to stick to people who care about you and all that because of stigma and everything, what
Yeah.
made you decide to enter into making yourself visible? Because of course, in the non-profit world, you have to make yourself visible. You have to tell your stories. You
Yeah.
have to even now start
Yeah.
caring about everybody, every and other people. So what made you decide to put yourself out there? Because a lot of people would rather just, okay, let me mind my own business, sort out myself, do myself and I.
Yeah.
So how
Yeah.
did you go into that space, and how did you find your voice to be able to make yourself visible?
Okay. What happened for me was I naturally I like helping people, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I think my parents, they noticed this on time, and so while I was about gaining admission into the university, my dad suggested that, oh, since I want to be a broadcaster, at that time I wanted to be a broadcaster, and he said, I think with the way you're going, I think I'd like you to have a sort of an NGO that you
Wow.
will be the one to educate people on
Wow.
how, about the challenges you're facing and people alike. And, when he planted that idea, that was about more than 15 years ago. He just
Mm.
told me that, and I picked it up because I actually I like people, I like helping. I've noticed that I like giving, I like helping people. So I just stuck with that idea and said, okay, I'm going to try to do this. But all along, I kept, because I was scared, because I was being stigmatized, because I was being discriminated against. I felt like, oh, I don't think I can do this. Let me keep pushing. So till I finished my university, I started working, living my life basically. I was doing it on a low key. I didn't want to come out because I was really scared and I didn't know how people would accept me and if what my dad had always wanted, if it would come to pass. So, but once I clocked 30, I said, no, I can't do this anymore. I think I have to be the voice for those that are voiceless. I have to go to the suburbs and help people that are like me. It wasn't easy,
Yeah.
coming out to say I live with sickle cell disorder. It wasn't easy
Mm-hmm.
accepting myself to say, and seeing people's reactions. I struggle with that a lot. But once I came out, I said, this is it. There's no going back because I got a lot of positive response. Oh, you're doing well. You're sickle cell and you are doing all of this. Oh, you're sickle cell and you've gone to school. Oh, you're sickle cell and you've given birth. I think the arrival of my daughter, made me say, okay, since I've been able to conquer all the things that people said I couldn't do, it's time to, speak out for people that are like me, that don't have a
Mm-hmm.
voice. That was when I said, okay, this is it. I'm not going back. Each time I come down with a crisis, I have this push. There's this push that I need to do something. I need to imagine somebody that is like you, that doesn't have a support system, no parental support, no support from friends, no support. Healthcare everything is terrible. So how do you expect the person to cope? These are the questions I kept asking myself, and I said, okay, this is what I'm going to do, and that was how I came out. I think like I said, the arrival of my daughter also pushed me hard to say I want to do this because I've been able to do all of the things that people had told me I will not be able to do. So that
Mm.
was it. That's when I came out
Okay.
and started
That's really
this
good.
whole thing.
So would you say finding your voice was well worth it?
Yeah, I'll say yes. Yeah, it's what it is. Yes, it is because I think I know a lot of persons who would have given up on themselves, but seeing me, talking to them and saying, "Oh, I'm like you," and if I can get to this point, you can do better. So I've given certain people hope. I think I've given from Audrey Sickle Foundation, we've given certain people hope, and people have been saying or have been thanking me or thanking the NGO and saying, if not for you, I don't think I would have made it thus far. If not for you, I think I will not have gotten to this point. So yes, I really feel it's while I'm here, I'm willing to do more within our organization's capacity.
Okay, that's good. All right. So we're basically, apart from saying finding your voice as an individual, talking about rights, because our rights are also a determinant factor of finding our voice. Sometimes our rights are trampled upon, and because
Hello.
of the fear of stigma, or we tend to yes, because of the fear of stigma, we don't want people to know, we tend to keep quiet. So have you, in all your going around trying to help people, have you seen situations where people's rights were trampled upon, and or neglected by parents or something like that? And what were you able to do to help those people?
Yes, I think, yeah, I've seen a couple of them. You know, when I started the NGO in 2018, there was a guy I met, that was abandoned by his father and his mother. They were saying that because he lived with sickle cell, according to the dad, that he's possessed because he had leg ulcers and he was thrown out of the house, he was thrown on the street, that he's demonic. Today he's fine, tomorrow he's not fine. And, picking that boy's issue up, we took it upon ourselves to make sure that the parents were able to talk to them to make them understand that this is not his fault. This is something that you guys, both of you, gave to him. It is not. It's not what you think it is. He is not a wizard like you're claiming, and it was really a difficult thing because it was our first experience. But we were able to come up and talk to the guy and make him understand that this is something that we are also dealing with. And he saw reasons to say, oh, if this person or these persons that are constantly on my case are dealing with such things too, so that means I'm not alone. It was traumatic. It was a traumatic experience for him. And even in the community where he lives, he got bullied by I think a 40-year-old at the time. The man just felt that he was being. The man said the young chap was irritating him because he had leg ulcers. He doesn't want to see him on the street, and he really bullied him. And we took the case up. We took it up to the police station, and there was a 10 warning for the guy, and also the community youth they dealt with the man seriously. So we've had series of cases like this ones, and part of our goal as Audrey Sickle Cell Foundation is to advocate for the rights of sickle cell people, because it is not something they will intentionally want to do. Nobody likes to suffer. Nobody wants to be in pain. So if somebody is in pain and what you feel that the person is just doing that to hurt you or to upset you, it then means you are not even putting yourself in that person's shoes to know that this person is actually going through a lot. So
exactly.
that has not been easy, but we're making sure that any case like that comes to us, we're able to do what we can and make sure we set things right, because these people, or we are also human beings. We have right to live. We have the right to fall in love. We have the right to, do the things that we're supposed to do, to talk, and to also have access to healthcare and stuff. So it is not anybody's fault that we're like this. It is what God wants. I think the best for us is to, get into our own, get comfortable with our own self and make people understand. But it's not always easy. Yeah, it's not always easy for, somebody that's just coming up, So that is why we're there. That is why we're here to say, don't worry, let me know your problems and we'll help with the best way we can. And so, yes, we've
Yeah.
had a lot of those cases and we really dealt with them the way we could.
Okay, so considering this, because we too we face a lot of issues like that, but considering what do you think society can do or individuals can do to help cushion the effects of this stigma when it comes to, because I'm sure you're not the only one who has come across issues that people have been stigmatized, neglected, abandoned, or abused, but there are some people who
Yeah.
just stay. I'm not just talking about people with sickle cell, but just regular people who see this situation and don't do anything about it. So, what do you think society can do about this thing in their own little way? Because sometimes we believe that it's only a bigger person can do something.
First, I think that society, people can actually help. You don't need to have $1 million, or you don't need to be a just help with the little way you can. From the way I started, I met people occasionally. I met warriors. When I see a warrior, I know a warrior. When I see my kind, I know my kind. So I walk up to them. Oh, how you doing? I know not everybody will be receptive at first, but once they come
Yeah,
out and say, "Oh, are you like this too?" Okay, they start. Once you tell them that, "Oh, I'm also like you, and I know what it is," some of them will open up, and that's the Lord showing empathy, putting yourself in their shoes and saying, "Okay, this is what I'm going through, and I know how it feels for you. What do you need? How can I help? Oh, I have a lot of folic acid. Can we share? Oh, I have this. Can we, showing empathy and doing the little you can. You don't need to wait for the time where you have it all, to
mm,
help. Each one, if we all have the awareness, this is why we're also talking about awareness. If everybody has the awareness and knows that sickle cell is a lot to deal with, and these things, it's much easier when you're supporting that person. I think with the little you can, the support, that it could be emotional support, it could be physical support, it could be financial support, any kind of support, just be empathetic towards that person and not show sympathy or something doing the pity party thing. It will encourage a lot of people and to make them feel that, oh, they are loved. Once there's love, even though you're battling with a whole lot, once the love is there, the support is there, there are ways you could manage and say, oh, I think I have to stay strong for this person. This person shows a lot of care. This person does a
mm,
lot for me. So I think I have to push on. That alone is really going, already helping the patient, already helping the warrior involved, saying, okay, this is what people are doing for me. So each one, contribute in your own little way in the community. It could be the warrior could be your neighbor, or the person could be your neighbor. Oh, what do you have something to eat? Okay, I have rice. Come and take some. That's how
mm,
we start, and that goes a long way for somebody that is hopeless. That goes a really, really long way. And I'm saying this from
exactly.
experience because I deal with these people. I meet them and I deal with them. That is why they have access to me as much as they can. My lines are always open to them because I don't know everybody, but as once they can reach me, okay, I'll see what we can do, and we'll try to give them hope. Yeah, everybody can do that. I think we should all do that. The society will be much more better than the way it is now.
Yeah. So considering, okay, we talked about society, but when we talk about stigma, it's about ignorance and mindset, and that's where we come up to
Yeah,
awareness. Uh, how do you think whether government, whether corporate organizations can help in creating awareness regarding educating people about sickle cell? Because I've seen a lot of, like you said, a lot of people think, oh, it's some spiritual thing, or the person is this and
yeah,
that. Even in this 21st century, people are still believing like that. So how do you think government, I don't
yeah,
like
true.
using the word government too much, but corporate organizations and people who have the capacity to do something, how do you think they can do, what do you think they can do to make this thing easier for even NGOs like us to even create awareness about the issue?
for me, for this past years, like 2 years now plus that I've done this, I think the awareness is lacking in rural communities. For me, from my
Mm.
experience, from my experience, rural
I agree.
communities, they really are still backward. They are very, I'm sorry to say, but that is where they are, and they need a lot of exposure and a lot of talking, a lot of encouragement. Oh, this is what it is. It is not a banje like people think. It is not a biku. It is not a death sentence. It can be managed. So I think the rural areas, we need to do a lot. As NGOs, you can just pick one community and dedicate your time to that community. Do it consistently, talk to them, educate them. It could be that they have they have meetings. You can have meetings with them once a month and talk about these things and how it
Mm.
affects warriors. I feel with that constant explanation or talking about awareness, bringing awareness to their doorstep and making them know that these things can be managed, though it has a lot of complications and all. But if done like this, or if you apply XYZ method, it could be managed. People will be hopeful. People will now know that, okay, this is what we're dealing with, and this is how to go about it. I don't even want us to start focusing on the cities, because yes, some of the city persons, they have their phones, they can Google stuff, but those people in the rural communities, they barely even have phones. Phones to even communicate, to say, even if it's a touchlight, to say, hello, this is my number. They don't even have. Most of them don't have phones.
Yeah.
So if they don't have, people are not going there to educate them, or they don't have any knowledge of these things, they will keep living in the dark. So for me, I think as NGOs, we should focus more on the rural communities. There's a lot of work to be done. When you go there, just visit a rural community, a typical one. When you go there, you'll know that we've not even started.
Yeah.
We've not even started. The NGOs, I think we've not even started. So for me, let's focus on the rural communities. Then once we have been able to enlighten them, we can now carry everybody along. That's what I think.
Okay. So do you think like corporate organizations can help push and help NGOs get into those areas? Because let's face it, finance is everything in most cases. So do you
Yes,
think
yes,
in
true.
most cases that they can help?
Yes, I feel that corporate organizations can actually help us push this cause, because if you have, all you have is an idea, you don't have money, to push to further a cause, it becomes difficult. But when people collaborate, when organizations collaborate with NGOs, you see, they begin to make impact and touch lives. From my experience, I think that it is best that corporate organizations should come in and genuinely support, NGOs that are really working hard to make sure that people get informed and also get the necessary stuff that they need, for their daily life. So it makes the work easier if we have finance coming from corporate organizations. It makes it easier. But if you just say, oh, we have an idea and we have XYZ number of persons to work to help, and you're doing it as just an NGO without any assistance, from corporate organizations, it doesn't really go far. So
Mm.
if there's, for instance, 20 persons you need to help and you're just wanting to do it alone, it doesn't really go much. It doesn't cover much ground. But if corporate organizations come on board, you'll find out that you'll be hitting a lot of numbers, and you'll be bringing out, you'll be making impact as it goes. So I feel that the more corporate organizations working genuinely with NGOs that are championing good causes, the better it will go, the more impact we'll make.
Okay. So let me digress a bit. I read that bit about your
Okay?
video share. How did you even get into that? Did you love cooking, or what made you go into being a chef?
Being a chef. I love cooking. I like food a lot. Everybody that knows me knows that, Audrey, I don't play with my food. So I felt that this is something I'm very good at. This is cooking is something I'm good at. Naturally, it just comes. So, and because I like food, I pay attention to details when it comes to food. So that was how I started it. My mom actually, I learned some of the things I know now. I learned from my mom because she's also a caterer. So
Okay.
I grew up in a house of a caterer, and the thing has just been there, was growing with me until I got to a point where I started cooking. I started cooking for my parents when I was about 14 or so. So it's something that has been there. I was brought up with it, and naturally, because of my health, though, I attach much importance to food and anything that's going into my stomach. So I enjoy it a lot. I enjoy cooking. It gives me joy to cook. Just the same way I feel fulfilled when I help people. That's how it is for me when I cook. And so that's how I started Chef Audrey Pot. And I hope it will. I pray that when I have time, maybe when I have time, after some time, I'm going to dedicate more time to my cooking. That is one area I'm going to go into by the grace of God.
Where do you even have the time? Because I try.
I don't have time. I seriously don't have time. I don't have enough time. But once I want to cook, I feel like eating something, and I'm craving for that thing. See, once I'm done with NGO work, I will go to the market, get the stuff I need to get, and cook. Yeah, I love cooking a lot.
That's good. So what does Audrey see for herself in the next 5 years? I won't go as far as 10 years, but in the next 5 years, what do you hope for yourself?
In the next 5 years, first I pray for health and strength, to champion this cause that what I'm doing, and also to impact more lives, via the Audrey Sickle Cell Foundation. And yeah, to actually develop my brand, Audrey Pot, into something bigger. So yes, I think in the next 5 years, I should be settled. ASCF should have done a lot more for people and build better structures, and make more impact in the society wherever ASCF is, and also I think I should relax a bit more because I work really too hard. I work too hard. So maybe next time I should be resting. I should be preparing to retire. Yes.
Retire. I'm not retired.
Yeah. Mama, the work is not easy. The work is not easy. Genuinely, the work is not easy.
Nobody said the road will be easy.
Seriously. Yes.
Yeah, I understand. I'm just laughing because I did what you said. I said, in 5 years I told some, in 5 years I'm done. 5 years passed. Oh, in another 5 years I'm done.
Once I'm in pain, once I have crisis, I have issues to go to the hospital, reasons to go to the hospital, that passion it ignites more. So exactly. I said, no. I can't be on this bed. I need to leave this bed. I can't be on admission. Exactly. No, there are a lot of things that need to be done, So that feeling, it's a push for me. So I don't know, maybe in 5 years, like you said, I don't know, I'm not sure, but let's keep trying, let's keep pushing, let's keep making impact. God permit, we'll still be here.
Don't worry. Start planning sustainability and succession early so that you can finish in 5 years and the organization will still run.
True. I'll put that in mind.
Good. All right. So, any final words for people? Just that one person who feels, I want to do something small, but I'm afraid. I don't know what people will say. I don't know how to impact somebody. I don't want anything big, but I just want to make somebody, help support somebody. What would you say to that person?
My I'll say, if you feel the need to help somebody, you don't wait for verification, or you don't wait for any further thing, because
Oh dear. We've been frozen out by network again. But for those who have been watching, thank you for watching. If she doesn't come on in the next 2 minutes, we'll just round up. But I just want us to take something. Sometimes we always think that we have problems, but we have to realize that your problems is not as big as the next person. God will never give you more than you can handle. And that's one thing I've realized. So it's very important that we focus not only on ourselves, but in helping other people. That's what we're brought here to do, to impact our lives. And our stories are there to help other people rise up from their frustrations, their depression, their anxiety, their fears, and to bring us to a level where to bring them into a level where they can achieve all that God has proposed for them. So it's not about being fearful, but about remembering that we are not here for ourselves in this world, but they are here for others. And finding purpose in doing that and impacting somebody's life is just as important in every way. This has been a production of the Sickle Cell Advocacy and Management Initiative. Do remember to follow us on our social media handles at SAMI Update. And this is also supported by the Public Affairs section of the U.S. Consulate. Next, on Saturday, we'll be having another special guest, this time from the diaspora, a warrior. And we'll be continuing this story right to September on finding your voice. Have a lovely, lovely, lovely rest of the week. Thank you.